Your AI works, right? The accuracy is super high, the code is beautiful and clean, but is it creating real value? I mean, tangible, make a dent in the universe kind of value?
You see, that space right there, between a working algorithm and a solution that actually makes an impact in the real world, we call that the value gap. And honestly, it's where a lot of brilliant AI projects go to die.
What is this missing ingredient then? What's the secret sauce that bridges that gap between just a functioning model and something that has a real-world impact?
Well, that bridge, that secret sauce, it's domain knowledge. And look, I know what you might be thinking, another buzzword. But stick with me here, because this is not that. This is the real deal. So what are we really talking about? We're talking about that deep, specialized expertise in a very specific field. It's the stuff you just can't learn from a textbook. It's knowing the unwritten rules in finance, or understanding the absolute chaos of patient flow in a hospital, or the wild complexities of a supply chain. It's all that context and nuance.
And this is the point I really need you to hear. This is not some nice to have. It is the bedrock. It's the absolute, non-negotiable foundation that every single successful AI application is built on. Without it, your brilliant algorithm, it's basically built on quicksand.
Okay, so theory is great, but what does this look like in the real world? Let's get super practical. We're going to walk through the typical stages of an AI project and see exactly how this bedrock of knowledge changes, well, pretty much everything.
All right, so we're going to look at 4 key steps: data engineering, then data analytics, on to issue detection, and finally, the system response. And you're going to see how at every single one of these points, domain knowledge is the thing that makes all the difference.
First up, data engineering. Without that deep industry know-how, what do we tend to do? We collect everything. We just hoover it all up. But the result? 99% of it is just noise. An expert, though, someone who's lived in that field for years, they walk in and they can point and say, that one, that's the signal you need. The rest is junk. That right there saves a crazy amount of time and stops you from building your model on a foundation of garbage.
Okay, next up, data analytics. This is a classic example, but it's so good. An algorithm is an amazing pattern-matching machine, right? It'll spot that, yep, ice cream sales and shark attacks are totally correlated. But it takes a human with some domain knowledge to step in and say, whoa, hold on. It's not the ice cream, it's the fact that it's summer. That jump from correlation to causation, man, that is everything.
And that leads us right into issue detection. An AI with no context is like that car alarm that goes off if a leaf falls on it. It just cries wolf over every little statistical blip. And you know what happens? People start ignoring the alerts. But an expert can teach that model what really matters. How to tell the difference between, that's just noise, and, this is a business-critical event, we need to act now.
And finally, let's talk about the system response. A generic AI, it sends you a message that just says, error. Super helpful, right? But an AI that's been infused with real expertise, it becomes a partner. It doesn't just say something's wrong. It says, hey, here's the problem, and based on the situation, here are 3 smart ways you could probably fix it. Now that is a game changer.
So when you kind of zoom out and look at all 4 of those stages, you start to see the bigger picture. This isn't just about tweaking a process. It's about a fundamental shift in mindset, a shift in how we see our own role.
The journey here is about evolving, moving from being just a builder of algorithms to becoming a solver of complex problems. That's the evolution. And your AI becomes the most powerful tool in your problem-solving toolkit.
There's this quote that just nails it perfectly. It goes, mastering the technology is the ticket to the game. But the real game is in learning how to apply that mastery to solve specific, real challenges. And that's it. That's the whole ballgame.
All right, let's bring this all home and talk about how you can actually find where your work can make the biggest possible difference.
So what are the big takeaways here? Look, your value isn't just in the code you write. It's in how you apply that code to a specific domain. Context is just as important as the code itself. And the goal? The goal isn't a working model. The goal is a solved problem. So I want to leave you with one final question to take back to your own work. I want you to look past the code, look past the accuracy metrics, and really ask yourself this one thing. What problem does my algorithm really solve? Because the answer to that question, well, that's where you're going to find your real impact. And hey, if you're ready to really level up your AI game fast, you should definitely check out the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching.